What's up, everybody? Just a really quick update to the Stormblast bolts build. First, I will start with the gear. So I went through my stash and did a little bit of crafting, looking for some upgrades. I did have a constricting Viper cap. It was only at 3 fewer enemies to be surrounded. I got lucky with the Vol and got the 5. I know everybody's using it, but there is a reason that they do, and I'll get to that whenever I get to the covering the tree. I did upgrade my amulet. It's not perfect, it has cast speed on there, but it is what it is. It gave me another level to projectile skills. I did get an upgrade on some boots. Better evasion, kind of doubled what I had in the previous video. And then I'm trying out the blue flame bracers, and as you can see there, 100% of fire damage is converted to cold damage. And the reason that I do that is because if you look at armor explosion, it converts 100% of physical to fire damage, and it seems to be working. If you know that works, please post in the comments, help me out. Let me know for sure if that works. I really don't use Path of Building, so I can't tell for sure. But anyway, that's the gear. I'm still using the same weapon, and most of the other stuff is the same. Only a couple of changes on the skills. So for Stormblast bolts, switched over to use Rigwalds to get a little bit more damage because I am using it in slot 2. Explosive shot, I switched out Nimble Reload for Deliberation, get a little bit more damage on that. And then for Siege Cascade, I took out the Stun Gem and put in Nimble Reload, and it still feels smooth to play. Everything else is the same, other than I did go ahead and upgrade the levels to what I had in my stash. I still need to get a couple of spirit gems to get a couple more levels out of, the heralds. But yeah, so far it seems to be going well. I'll go over the changes to the tree real quick. So in the last video, I had a bunch of elemental damage. So what I did is I switched over to just attack damage. I came over here and got the 50% increased attack damage, and then of course with the Viper cap, you can now take advantage of all the attack speed, the attack damage. Like this one here, 25% attack damage, all when surrounded. And then I took all of these because I am using armor and evasion. So not only do I get the attack damage, but I also get a bunch of increased armor and evasion while surrounded. And that kind of makes up for the lack of having a helmet, basically. And then I did take these nodes, which apply, armor applies to elemental damage. And I've noticed a pretty big difference with my survivability. T15s are a little bit easier now. One important thing, or at least I think it's important, is I instilled material solidification, which gives me 8% damage as extra physical damage. And if you take a look at, like Herald of Ice, I'm now doing, at least some physical damage, which I believe helps create the chaining effect. And there's a couple of clips in the intro that you can see where, I hit one group and it does chain and take out the rest of the pack. But yeah, that's the update. Next week we get the reveal on the 4th, and then we're just a couple of short weeks away from the release of .4. I may play around with some leveling stuff, I don't know yet, but I may take a break, we'll see. But yeah, there's the update. If you stuck around this long, appreciate it. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.